we've got some competition footage to go over from this past Saturday. Let's turn off the position of the week for now. Yeah, so we had some really great matches from 4 of our students. So really looking forward to going over some of these. I haven't seen all of them. In fact, we're going to start with 2 matches that I haven't seen yet. So let's jump into it. So first up, we've got Ethan on the mats. This was Ethan's first competition ever. Very hungry, very eager to go out there and see what he could do on the mat. So let's check out his matches. So we've got, this is, what's up, Dylan?
What's up, Dylan?
We got 3-minute matches for Ethan here. So Ethan is, I want to say, in the probably teen beginner bracket.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not familiar with the rules for teens.
I think they're fairly similar. There are probably a few little nuances as far as like legal submissions and stuff. Teen novice. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, a couple beginners on the mat right now, and you could kind of tell they're standing a little upright, playing this hand fighting kind of game, not making too much forward progress against each other because they haven't built up their like their stand-up games yet and all that. So ref standing in the way. So
Ethan playing heavy on the head.
Yep.
Good. I'd like to see that.
Yeah, especially if you don't know what to do or if your opponent's being really cagey. It's a good default.
Oh. Jumped guard.
Yeah, that was
and got called for it. At least the ref had him stand back up because that's not allowed.
Yeah, that's shame on his coaches for him knowing how to do that and thinking he could do that in a competition.
Right.
Yeah, can't do that because you could jump through the knees and really screw them up. And he's lucky he didn't get DQ'd there, but penalty awarded. Looks like the coach also doesn't know, so he's getting a talking to from the ref. Yeah, that pisses me off. I hate seeing that shit. But whatever. Glad Ethan wasn't worse off of that.
Yeah. All right, so now his partner is starting to come in a little bit lower, heads low. Ethan opting for these double collar ties. I had not noticed him playing that in the gym.
I haven't either, and should probably talk to him about that. I'm not really a fan of that in jiu-jitsu for various reasons.
Yeah.
I'd rather see him trying to like break those grips or cut his angles and turn those grips against his opponent. But yeah, it looks like both opponents kind of a little afraid to shoot. I think we're gonna get a stand-up match here.
Only 45 seconds left, it looks like.
Yeah. And I'm pretty confident this was Ethan's very first match. So, like, first time ever on the mats. And maybe the same for his opponent, too. But I can't fault him for being a little skittish for taking shots.
For sure.
And yeah,
right,
this...
So, double.
Good sprawl from Ethan, but his opponent's really hanging on there. Gets a takedown right at the end.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, takedown.
Huge honor for
so he's going to end up with 4 points. If the... Well, actually...
He didn't get the pass.
He didn't.
Yeah, he got 2-0.
In fact...
Way to keep your guard.
Ethan framing the hips, gets that knee under. And it looks like he's trying to get to the back. But his opponent has the underhook on Ethan's left side. So, yeah, I think... What's up, James? Thank you for the resub, bud.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, the big thing here, I think his opponent did a good job tactically. He waited till the last 30 seconds, then took his shot, because why not, right? And I
Hmm.
think I think Luke talked about this with Ethan either before or after the match, but this is, that's a tactic you're gonna commonly see. It's like wait it out and then try to score your two, and win the match, right? And that's Ethan was just on the receiving end of that rather than being on the executing end of that. So a good lesson learned for future matchups. All right, on to the next one. We'll go with Ethan's second match, I believe. Kid's standing really tall, and I know Ethan has been working on his single legs and stuff. That's a good sign for you to take those shots, man. When your
Yeah.
opponent's standing really upright, those hands are far from his legs. That's your opportunity. His opponent doing a great job walking backwards. Ethan kind of tracking him
Trying
down.
to make a connection. Yeah.
Yeah, even his opponent's stance is even a little like vulnerable, like just like his foot placement and stuff, the way he's kind of cross stepping there.
Yeah.
So those are the little things you guys can look for. Um, his opponent kind of looks like he's shadow
Trying to
boxing a little
box.
bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that hand fighting he's doing. He's just like patting at him. It's not helping either person like move forward, right? It's that negative grip fighting, barely even grip fighting.
Ethan going to make a connection.
He was from a combat school.
Okay.
Sure, you're in a jiu-jitsu competition, so
Yeah.
and I'm sure his opponent will learn that the more he trains. Like it's there's a stance for jiu-jitsu. There's just like there is for wrestling, just like there's for Muay Thai, for boxing. Um, and being really upright isn't the best.
He is good at walking backwards. You're right. And Ethan, just like somebody's walking backwards, it's not difficult to just tap the foot with your foot, scoop up the leg, and start going in for a takedown. Right? He's kind of giving you that.
Yeah, I like Ethan kind of picking up the pace here. It looks like he chased
Yeah.
him down for a second. I bet Luke's like dying for him to do exactly that.
Go. Yeah.
Honestly, if I were the ref, and of course this is gonna sound biased, I'd penalize the other opponent. Like he's not.
I think he is right here.
No
Oh,
penalty.
I think he warned him. Yeah, I think you may have given him a warning.
Yeah. And I think Luke mentioned to me, I can't remember if Naga has a stalling call, like if that's in their criteria. But if it is, the other kid definitely earned it, I would say.
Good awareness on that underhook. He got
Yeah.
him way too deep there, and Ethan gave a good reaction.
Yeah.
So what's gonna happen here? Is this gonna be overtime or do they call it?
They go overtime, so it's
Okay.
pull that one up.
There was stalling, just not called.
Right. I
Okay.
think it was yeah, a warning. Where the hell are my files? Hang tight. Here we go. So 1 minute
So
overtime.
1 minute?
Yeah. And again, this is where, I'd want to see Ethan take that shot, right? Like
Yeah.
Go for broke. None of this standing patty cake kind of stuff. It's not gonna win you any points. So
Yeah. All right, so there we go.
Ah.
Oh,
What's up, Joe? There was stalling.
What's up, Joe?
It's not called. Oh yeah. Sorry, you said that. I didn't realize you had mentioned that. So that's 2 points to his opponent right there.
yeah.
All right, they're restarting from the same position. Kid probably doesn't even remember what he had. So now from this closed guard, this is where you want to
He's
see.
got a sweep for submit.
Yeah, and it looks like he's trying to attack, like get 2-on-1. There's an actual grip fight happening now. I think but here's the thing: his opponent just has to wait out the 20 or 30 seconds. So
Yeah.
again, it's really on Ethan to make something happen from here, and that could even be opening the guard, like not even playing from that closed guard.
Yeah.
Let's go back to this takedown real quick.
It honestly was initiated from kind of a little bit of a snap down here. It wasn't really a snap, but staying heavy on the head, and then Ethan just loses his balance.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think I wouldn't even give the opponent definitely gets and deserves the takedown points because Ethan ends up on his butt and his opponent lands on top. But yeah, Ethan's just got to get his balance. He's got to turn that into a sprawl, like that front headlock, sprawl out, get the kid's hands to the mat. I think Ethan was probably eager to try to like take him over, put him on his back, whatnot. So not
Is that his last match?
Yeah, he only had 2 matches on the day, so
Dude, that was a great showing. I think that was a good showing.
yeah.
Congrats to you for even stepping out there and doing it, right? So
Right. And yeah,
there's always the next one.
I think the big takeaway for you, Ethan, is keep working on your stand up, right? We've talked about that at class. But you can work on it all day long. You can't be afraid to execute it. So I really would like to see a bit more tenacity on that in the stand-up game. Get it to the ground, and then you get to play around with all the other fun stuff we learned. All right, so Dylan, was this your first match or your second match? And do you want me to go in order? 'Cause I think I'll give you a few seconds to see if you answer. This is your second? All right.
Second match.
I think was this the first then? This was against Ben's buddy, Mikey. Doesn't matter too much. That's first. All right. I like to go in order if we can because I feel like it makes a difference as far as fatigue is concerned. To kind of see how you're fresh, how you respond after a match or whatever.
Like that little knee tap there. That was good.
Yeah. So we actually know this opponent. This is Ben's buddy, Mikey. He's been on the stream once or twice.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got a good stand up too.
He does, yeah. He's got a strong stance. Yeah, he's got quite the mane. But all right, so locked up in this collar tie. Mutual collar tie action now. And Mikey's really looking to control the grip.
He's been to our gym a few times. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he was just there a few weeks ago. So one thing to be careful of, Dylan, you're bringing the heat right now. You're playing really forward, but like seeing, like here, right? You're looking down at the mat. Your posture's a little broken, and Mikey's got some long arms on him. So, you start getting a little too far forward, right? You're giving up opportunities to get on your legs here. So it's something to keep in mind. A quick level change, you might be a little vulnerable there. Think about more of a straight back in your stance. I'm trying to get to that frame again. Where were we? Yeah, like, bending at the knees, not at the hips, lowering your level, looking through your opponent, not down at the mat. Nice.
Oh, that was nice. Yeah, that was good. In on the head. Okay.
Settling into close guard now.
Trying to look to isolate that right arm.
Yeah.
Mikey's playing tight. And again, keep in mind that Mikey's going through. I just got 2 points. So I'm going to chill here for a minute and try to pass the guard, right? So he's not really in a big rush.
Were these 4-minute matches for you, Dylan? I think so. Yeah.
Ooh, in on a leg here. Way to turn the corner.
Yeah,
yep, he said it was. I like this.
Yeah.
Diving in for that leg.
So the collar ties from him on top. Killer. Yes, sir, Espionage. Good to see you, buddy.
What's up, Espionage?
What's up, Max? How you doing, man?
Hey, Max.
217. I just want to see when you're talking collar ties from on top here. See if he's doing it in the close guard. You know, I often tell you guys, anytime those hands are coming up above my shoulders, when I have close guard, they're making a big mistake. And learning how to use that against them, that could be something to add into your arsenal early on. And then now as we get to here, it's like, yeah, he's got that. He's really, I mean, he's crushing your leg against his. I'm sorry, crushing your leg against his, like into his hips, kind of stacking into you. I'm sure it's uncomfortable. It's not giving him much in the way of progress, though. But yeah, anyway, we'll start from here. You're close on that, man.
You're very close.
There we go.
I'm liking this. Doing a really good job.
Tired.
Can't see the grip.
Yeah, I believe you.
This is good. This is real good. And on the straight ankle grip, I like that.
What's up, Austin?
And good hip engagement.
Yeah, good reaction from Mikey.
Very nice, yeah.
To Joe. What's going on, man? Welcome to the chat. Are you one of thank you for the follow. I saw you followed us a couple streams or a couple weeks ago. Are you one of our students? Oh, Carlos, what's up, man?
What's up, Carlos?
Well, it could have been Joe, you know. I don't want to assume. Sorry. I missed this. So, little Americana threat, but we're on the end. You set it up in the same position. Yeah. Austin, I'm going to beat the shit out of you. It's good. I'm glad you got to your guard. This is where in closed guard,
crunch. Yeah.
Yeah, your opponent should not be working from here. This is a place where you can use this against them. Like Mike just said, a shoulder crunch, you know, whatever. There are a lot of options. It looks like Mikey knew that. He kind of disengaged. Mikey gets to chill with his points at this point and wait out the rounds. We don't see the end, so this is where my video ends. I don't know how much time was left on the clock or if we missed anything, Dylan. But it looks like Mikey's just waiting out the clock at this point. So I think it was, what, 2-0? Or I guess 4-0. Maybe he briefly got around your guard, I guess, with the. Did you get around your guard with the Americana? Not really. Looks like he's caught in half guard.
I'll be right back, Matt.
Okay. Actually, we'll just leave you on. There were a couple seconds. Try to get in on an arm. Got a partially ran on top. All right. Well, yeah. This was again kind of tactical, like Ethan's matches that we saw. Either way, I like your attempts to get in on the leg. I think there are a few things you can add to that, which we could talk about in person. It'll just be easier to like demonstrate stuff. What was I already saying? Work chaining your peeling of the collar tie into a shoulder crunch, Kimura grip, and reverse Kimura, and your shoulder connected 2-on-1 will set up for success. Nope. Yeah, 100%. I agree with all that. I think a place, and we still got 2 of your matches, so maybe I shouldn't like dump all of my advice right now, but seems like working from bottom close guard is going to be a good place for you to put some time in for a little bit, right? Get some strategies together, work on your shoulder crunches and all that stuff. But I'm glad that didn't take long, Mike, because I don't know if you've seen the second match.
I have not.
All right. Oh wait, hold on. They're all numbered incorrectly. So this one. Someone a little bit closer to your size, Dylan. Not towering over you. I think Mikey's pretty tall, right? I remember him being tall. I gotta break him down to my height. Your opponent's really coming in strong with his head, using a lot of forward head pressure, which can be annoying, but not the end of the world. Your collar ties are looking strong. What's up, Ben? Conveniently joining the chat after watching your buddy go against Dylan. Yeah, that was a good arm drag from him. I like your reaction though, Dylan. Just like, get the hell off of me.
Fling him off.
Still tired. Almost gets my back. Yeah, yeah. That'll juice up your adrenaline a little bit. And yeah, he's kind of hitting this from distance, and this is what I've talked about a lot with you guys at the school when where I'm practicing these a lot more now. Hitting it from a much closer range, when you hit them from distance, this is what happens. You get to kind of enter into this spin cycle and get shaken off. But yeah, now Dylan's alive, awake, ready to fight. Got the hardest dude in the bracket for That's the thing. We got to make Dylan the hardest dude in the bracket. We need Dylan to get hard. Get hard, Dylan. Okay, so what was that? Was this
just kind of...
It looks like Dylan's kind of initiating this, but got to be careful there because the ref can call that. Yeah, the ref calls that too for his opponent.
In on the leg, almost immediately.
Yeah.
Your opponent leaves that left leg forward. You shoot in. This is a great opportunity to start breaking his leg.
And he does.
And that's what you do. Good man.
Yeah, so a little pop in the foot there.
Hell yeah.
According to Luke, he had to get...
Okay.
What was that?
I said, no, really, I hope he's okay.
Yeah, of course. Never wishing any ill on our opponents. But I think he did have to get kind of like limped off the mat, or get carried off the mat. He was limping a bit.
Oof.
And then, yeah, I want to talk to you about reaping as well, and just being careful with that.
I'm actually surprised. Is that so? Hang on. What bracket did you go in, Dylan?
I think beginner, right, Dylan? So reaping, I'm pretty sure is a big no-no in that. So here's the thing, and maybe I don't know. I would. This is a reap. I'm trying to think of every reason to not call it a reap. Um, like oh, his knee's not torqued too bad. Nah, this is a reap. So, um, ref didn't call it. Yeah, that's reapy. that's definitely a reap. So, you very easily could have gotten the L right at the end. It doesn't, yeah, his foot would have popped. But you could have gotten the L on that, and it's something you guys at beginner really, really, really need to be mindful about. I think Austin's directing that at me, like I'm just crediting your win, but in reality, he's right. Don't give anybody a reason to say that that wasn't a legit win by not, reaping it at that level at least. Biggest feedback was to not just hand fight, but also change levels while engaging on the feet. If you don't feel comfortable feinting shots, at least drop levels to force reactions from your opponent that you could take advantage of. I like that.
Yeah, that's good.
Especially,
that is good feedback.
Yeah, I'd say this opponent too would probably be pretty vulnerable to that kind of stuff. I mean, right there, like that little looks to me like he's trying to maybe throw by. He does it like with serious explosive movement.
Yeah.
But it's like he doesn't really know how to do a slide by, but he's kind of like doing the motion. That is indicative to me of someone with some wrestling knowledge, and people who have wrestled, they react to level changes, just like Espionage was talking about. That's a great point. Yeah, and the hand fighting for the opponent, even the arm drag, it's all indicative of somebody who knows what's going on the feet. So yeah, we'll have to add some feinting and stuff into your regimen. So last match filmed on a potato. Didn't get the beginning of this match. I think your opponent, from what I heard, was a little bummed that you decided to sit. I'm curious if there was something he was doing that made you think that was the right approach, or if you were just tired or what. So getting close, smashing in your butterfly hooks. Ooh, looking for a triangle here.
Yeah, that was nice. And still looking for it.
And getting near enough to it that your opponent felt uncomfortable and decided to disengage. He was. I just didn't feel like getting anywhere on the. Didn't feel like you were getting anywhere on the feet. Sorry, I got you. Yeah, that's fine. It's within the rules. Here we are in a triangle.
And you are in. Ooh, passed it over.
Yeah, so I'm sure you can see what happened there. That right leg, doing good. But you swim you swim your right leg out from underneath, and now you're nothing. You just kind of giving him a guard pass at that point. Oh, you recover though.
Good retention.
And you stand.
And pull. Yeah. Okay. That snap.
Nothing wrong with guard pulling. Sorry, I missed that.
They gave him the 2.
I was reading Austin's chat. Oh, okay, yeah, a little over tie.
Yeah, like a throw by.
It's my move.
Digging in, trying to find the Kimura on the far side. Oh, and trying to go for the triangle. I like that you're trying to put that together, though. That's good.
Yeah.
Underhook right there. That's, again, that we talked about that in Ethan's match. That's shoulder crunch time.
So yeah, if you're taking notes, Dylan, on stuff to work on, add shoulder crunch to your list, and we could talk about that at class. It's gonna be a good closed guard tactic to add in, and really it works well from open guard, half guard as well. Half guard maybe less so.
Nice. This is good. Into a triangle. Trying to lock it up. Trying to cut that angle. You don't have the triangle locked up all the way yet.
So close though.
Yeah, so here you're worried about that overhook with your left arm. You should be grabbing your right leg here, and shoring up that triangle.
I think
I think you would have had it.
and I think the ref just gave him a point for a close, like a near sub.
Good submission. Yep.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Either that
That's
or
good.
the armbar. He was controlling. Where the hell's my damn pointer? That arm over here.
Dude, this looks really good.
Triangles. I like that.
Yeah.
So you're on the end of your toes right now, right? That's a
Yeah.
little dangerous. I want you to get on the ankle. You don't want to straight ankle yourself, basically, is what's going on there. It's also tiring.
Yeah. But this definitely is these are some good threats. You're trying to dig out that arm. I like that. I think you got another one
Yeah.
here.
All right, so some points scored.
The worry here is guard pass right off the rip from this from breaking a triangle.
Yeah, once he's out.
Okay, good. Squaring back up. You still have that trap triangle up top. Still.
So yeah, the guy who, you know, wanted to stand up and wrestle, like the whole
Dude.
point of wrestling is getting it to the ground, and now he's got it on the ground, and he's just kind of pressing forward into your close guard, not really doing a whole hell of a lot
So-
to pass. Got a guillotine attempt
Just to
here.
go back maybe 10 seconds here. This is sweep. This is sweep all day, Dylan. So he is heavily loaded on his right shoulder, trying to do something on his left side. All you would have needed to do is extract your right leg and hook underneath his left leg and lift, and you would have had the perfect opportunity to lift under his chin, turn down his shoulder, and sweep him over, and that would have been an easy 2 points to get you in, with a pretty strong lead here. And like when you took that leg away, I was like, damn, he's gonna go for it.
Yeah.
But that's a good opportunity for you. But yeah, you're in on the head. You're threatening that strangle. That's good.
Yeah. Elbow's a little high right now. I mean, that looks tight, man. You're getting more points for
Dude,
the.
That's not bad.
You know, at this point, I think the score might be 4-3. It's like Dylan's almost coming back just on like submission attempts. Nice guard.
Oh no.
Now we're past.
No,
And then-
passed into a submission attempt.
The Americana. That's tight, man.
Damn.
Yeah. He said after he was like 2 seconds away from what, like tapping or
From tapping from that guillotine.
Damn, dude. That bums me out to hear that. It did look tight. Like you really had his neck crunched up pretty good. How's your arm? I know inquiring minds in the chat want to know on the tap. Okay. And yeah, that sucks. I'm bummed out that you got injured on that one.
Yeah, how is your arm?
I think a big takeaway, another technique that we can start thinking about. It's been a lot of close guard from you over these last 3 matches. Exiting triangles and entering the legs and tying those together. It's a little bit more advanced, but it's something that I think you could definitely work on. Giving your triangle attempts and your leg locks that you were looking for. Arm is arming. Partial tear. Yeah, and honestly, man, just get the MRI. Like I would just go get the MRI. The sooner you know,
Yeah, dude.
like the sooner you can come up with a treatment plan that addresses the issue. Like don't be like where's my pointer? Why is my pointer never working on this video? It won't go all the way to Mike, but don't be like Mike. Go to the doctor. get some imaging.
I'm fine. I made it to the ripe old age of 37.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know how much further I got, but
I got time for the doctor.
Hey,
Yeah.
yeah.
Either way, Dylan, very proud of your performance out there. You don't go out there and bring nothing. Like you are as aggressive against your opponents as you are against me, which is what I want to see. So very, very good. If you impressed Austin with your
day.
What was that?
Night and day difference. Night and day difference. First competition to second.
Yeah,
that was really good.
Yeah,
solid.
And if you're impressing Austin with your triangle attempts, then you know you're on the right track.
Yeah.
And he's the guy to talk to for triangle tips. So definitely pick his brain. Next, looking forward to. All right, good. Yeah, we'll get your arms squared away. We'll get you back to training and add to your arsenal. Shut up, Austin. See what I want to say. I swear to God, I'm gonna beat the shit out of him next time I see him. On to the next. We have Amy. This was not Amy's first competition. This is our Amy here. Not her first. I think her second. Her first with the coach in the corner, which goes a very long way. And I was super stoked to see what she could do. So let's get into it.
Wow.
Bringing the heat right off the bell.
Bringing heat.
Opponent's tying up with the collar tie, but really wide stance, choppy steps.
Beautiful. Really nice arm drag.
He's so quick to the back. Opponent goes in on this single leg. But look at Amy with this high risk guillotine, dude. From standing.
Oh. Brutal.
I was so proud. That was so great. It was really nice. And yeah, so let's see this again, because I miss exactly what happens there. So this is great. So looking at the guillotine, or I'm sorry, not the guillotine, the arm drag. I can't tell if her opponent. No, Amy's got the grips. So she's got her right hand on her opponent's left wrist. Got that left arm to the tricep, pulls across, cuts around, and stays close to her the whole time, like chest against the shoulder, right behind the bicep or the tricep rather. Gets the opponent moving forward, steps back behind, like great pressure the whole time. Opponent goes on
for that outside single, which is what we normally tell beginners to not do.
Yep.
For this reason.
That was so great. And then just striking a pose on one knee.
Yeah.
Doesn't even have to stand up and just hits the guillotine. So great. I think this was her first match. It was the first match I saw from her of her two. So super, super stoked for that performance. Not much more to say.
No.
That was the second
match.
Okay. Well, shit. All right. Even better. So this was her first match. And it's the same Amy.
Yep. Trying to go in for that knee pick. Her opponent going in for an outside single.
And Amy still with like the counter guillotine.
I mean, I didn't even know she had it in her.
I know, dude. Well, I don't think she has many of us shooting head outside singles on her. So we've never seen her like use that as a counter.
Not now.
Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna do it now. Actually, no, I'm totally gonna do it now, just to prove that I can do it. She got a point off that too. The ref was holding up a finger for a near submission point, and that guillotine disrupted that whole takedown approach. But we get a snap down from her opponent to a front headlock. Amy doing some hand fighting to get her head free.
She's trying to go into like a power guillotine.
Go back.
With the arm in. Almost like a.
It's almost like a Darce.
It's a Darce.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a Darce.
But Amy is not letting that happen. So coming out of that submission. We'll call it a submission attempt. It was a weak one. She didn't get a point for it in the ref's eyes, but gets her opponent on the back and then uses that opportunity to pass the guard. Opponent's trying to keep that left knee in, but Amy sneaks past it and is now able to settle into position. 2 points. She's down. Yeah, there we go. Good adjustment. She was a little heavy on her hip to the mat. I was afraid of her balance there. Her opponent's got that dog in her though. She's trying to come up on that mutual front headlock, little dog fight position. That's not the dog fight, but gets her way into half guard. But Amy's laying on some pressure here. Looks like a little 5-finger guillotine action. One thing you're not going to hear, Amy did a really great job listening to Luke through this match. I think I'm going to blame it on Brooke. I'm going to say Brooke recorded this. Brooke sent it to me, so she did a great job. Like there was a moment there where, like, even as she comes into this like half guard, right here she's very forward. This is a great opportunity for her opponent to get her off balance, you know, in the forward direction, right? Taking her this way. But she settles back down, doesn't have to drive forward, you know, butt to heels, and is able to get her balance and then start going on to a better spot, right? This high tripod sort of approach to half guard. Opponent looking sneaky here, trying to set up an armbar, but I don't think Amy's elbow was ever in any significant danger. And now her opponent's stacked up a little bit.
Good opportunity to switch sides though, and go for the guard pass on the other side. Which is what she's doing. Nice. Got another pass there. Ref is distracted, but gives two. Good. Uh-oh. Amy's really far.
But she's it looked like she was on a head scissor or something.
She was, and she's in side control, so this would be a reversal, which should not be scoreable, I don't think. Right? So she's going from side control to side control.
She has her opponent's head under control there.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
So the ref isn't going to give her sweet points until the head comes out. But yeah, Luke was saying there, I need you to let go of that. Like, forget that. It's nothing. Just settle back into side control, which she does. Again, great listening. That's one of those things you think you have, especially as a beginner, and you just rip on.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Let's look at that again.
Really slick back take.
So it looks like she goes to try to get to mount. Her opponent turns, and Amy says, thank you. And now, this plays a huge factor here. She's going to set up a body triangle. She's a little off angle, right? She's kind of on the side. That body triangle, if you can hold that even from that side position, it becomes less of a control and more of like an attack on the ribs. Like this leg is digging into her ribs a bit, and we're pretty confident that that's what gets Amy the tap here. Judging by feedback from her opponent at the end of that match, I don't think Amy had worked in the strangle quite as deep.
Yeah. Who knows?
I mean, I believe that's what Amy said to Luke. They were discussing it afterwards, and I'm getting all my feedback from Luke. But she was like, "Yeah, I don't know if the strangle was in, but I think it was the body triangle that she switched to that put on a whole lot of pressure."
Yeah, it's right up against, like you said, like her floating rib.
Yeah, and she gets the tap for it. Great stuff, man.
Yeah, fantastic.
And the fact that was the first match, and then she went out and won the second match after that. That was a 3.5 minute match. She goes out and wins the second match in 30 seconds. She's like, screw this. I'm done for the day. Let me wrap this up. Amy gets gold, kills it. So proud of her. Really, really great performance. All right. And that's it, everybody. No more matches. Just kidding, Josh. We got you, homie. All right. Josh competing as well up in Pittsburgh on the same weekend at Real One, which I'm not familiar with. The Real One. Sideways. Yeah, finally. God. So this was a sub. Correct me if I'm wrong. This was sub only, right, Josh? No points, sub only. And if you don't get a submission, it goes ref's decision, I believe. What weight classes? I don't know, dude. You tell me. Tell me what weight class. Some local thing at school did. Okay. What weight class, dude? Sub only to ref's decision. Open weight. Opens up the fridge too much weight. So immediately working that collar tie, breaking down your opponent's head. This was 5-minute matches, at least in this division. Yeah, kidding aside, this match was in a weight division. This was not open.
Big snap.
Absolute comes later. Yeah, that was nice.
I like this. This is a common theme. Is that either that underhook or overhook on that left-hand side? I like how he goes for that overhook and uses that as a good way to pull him down.
I didn't even notice that.
Head snap. Yeah.
And if he didn't go down, he's now flanked that arm. He kind of pulls through.
Yeah, he kind of throws it by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then now has its back exposure. But his opponent hides the back against the mat. Josh is able to come to mount very quickly. And then immediately getting that elbow up above the shoulder line. Super great.
Yep. Taking his time here.
Gets the back exposed. Taking that knee all the way up to the shoulder line and beyond. Thank you. Don't have to yell at you. It was a great chair sit. And then now taking a page out of the Nicky Rod school of rear naked strangles. Looking for anything below the eyes.
That's the neck.
Some good hand fighting. We'll let it
I like how he's switching
yes.
that top arm.
Yeah, that's some...
Trying to go to trap.
That's some Luke stuff right there.
Yep. I like how you switch. Like, notice how Josh switched. So his partner's starting to go away from him, right? And so with the strangle arm on top, he can't prevent him from rolling away. So what does he do? He extracts the right arm. He says, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to keep and go temporarily 2 control arms, right? But prioritizing the top one and then slipping his left hand underneath the neck.
Yeah.
This one.
If you want to turn that way, we can go in that direction, and I'll strangle you in that direction. And honestly, props his opponent. Like he was giving him a fight for this. I feel like this is what a lot of you guys do to me when I get on the back. Like even if I'm winning, like maybe the hand fight, the
nice
the way you guys turn into it shuts it down. And this time you caught him turning the other way.
Yep, and you caught the leg. You did a nice foot trap there.
Yeah, that was great, man. So let's look at this hand fight. So you go on the switch, pull across, 2-on-1, getting that arm
2-on-1
below the pec line.
Same side pass off.
Yeah,
that's pretty rare for me. Like I can't normally do that. I normally get my arm stuck.
Yep.
Right there, but he was able to limp arm out of it. That was good.
And then now, yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Even like this, what he's doing, it's not gonna do too much in the way of helping him out. Yeah. Once he turns that way, it's pretty much end game. Nice. Killer match, man.
That was solid.
Yeah, all the stand up was great. I liked your timing on the snap down. I might have to play around with that overhook on the snap. Very stoic. So stoic. All right. Next match. I believe this is the gold medal match or the second match. Both. Yeah, he had a big old neck on him.
Is this the one that was vertical that...
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
How can I turn this one? Can I turn this? Does it let me do that?
If you right-click the image, does it do that?
Josh, what in the hell? Does it turn sideways ever? No. This is terrible. I'm gonna try something real quick if you guys will bear with me. This may or may not work, but I don't want to have to do this the whole time. I'm gonna try to load this into PowerPoint and see if I can rotate it in PowerPoint. Let's see.
I know iMovie will do it.
Yeah, that might be the better option. But PowerPoint's already open. Is it working? Oh, it worked. Let's blow this up. Give me 1 second. I think I got it. Even make it nice and big. Oh, dude, I can draw shapes and stuff on this.
Austin.
Let's see. Hold on 1 second. I gotta share it to Mike. What did Austin say? Austin talking shit?
Yeah.
You can see it now? Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, I got it.
And then, let's see. This is the jankiest thing I've ever had to do on stream. Nope, not that. We're here. Don't worry. I'm adding... Let's see. How do I do this? Media source? What is this? Sorry. I'm working with OBS now. It'll be up in a second.
Thing to preference.
What in the hell?
Dude, this is budget streaming, dude. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
bro. Maybe send me your videos. Deprecated. There we go. Window capture. That's what I want.
Yeah, we're blaming it on tariffs.
Yeah, dude. Straight up. PowerPoint. Where's my PowerPoint? Here we go. Yes. I've done it. Let's move this so we're on screen. Boom. We're in business.
We doing presentation mode or no? I'm just kidding.
That'll screw everything up.
Yeah, it will.
Oh, turn that down. I always prep for this. Oh, man. Everybody dogged you while I was doing that. I was just getting caught up. Alright, this opponent's serious. He's got like serious leg sleeves going. There we go. Now we're more on center. Sorry. Make sure it's good on stream. There we go. So I think this opponent, that makes sense. This looks a little bit more, he looks a little bit more game than the last opponent. Coming at you with some heavy pressure. Joe, how many PowerPoints have you had to look at this week?
There's the second one.
Yeah, that was a good reaction too. Like with this overhook that he has, you know, we're looking at like mirror lock territory if he wants to be a jerk, even though it's legal. And Josh just says, no, I got the shallow underhook. I'm going to rip you down to the mat.
Yeah, so the last one that he did in the first match was Josh used an overhook,
right,
to help with the snap. This time he used the underhook, but either way, kind of like leveraging the pull from the arm in order to get that snap down.
Yeah. I think Josh is looking for Kimura here. Maybe, but now we get into this awesome inverted position. Josh just kind of stares at him for a second. Just get your thumbnail. Everybody take your screenshot. It's like, I don't know. Are you going to kiss me or do I have to kiss you? He's playing butterfly half guard now.
Digging for the underhook.
Yeah, and his opponent's trying to trap that bottom knee or keep it trapped, so that he can continue like progressing forward. Try to get maybe Josh to like flatten out chest to chest. Nice dig on that shoulder crunch, but a little shallow. Like the elbow's just kind of low. Opponent gave that sweep up.
He did, trying to fall back on the leg.
Yeah. A good reaction from Josh to just get up, stand up with that, try to plant the foot.
Totally agree. That was nice.
And now you've got a great opportunity to get him tired, you know?
Yep.
Flattened out, using your head as an underhook. Honestly, man, from this position, like you're in a good spot. I would try to, I don't know if you could, I would try to connect your hands. I mean, homeboy here is pretty big. He's got some broad shoulders on him. If you could get, you know, an S grip or a palm to palm, and then start driving forward and use your left foot to try to pry your other leg out. Like his legs.
Yeah, the wedge against the right leg. Yeah.
Right. And Josh can't tell that his legs are open right now.
Right.
But I think with a bit more movement and a little bit more awareness, Josh, you would have had a guard pass right here, right? It's just a matter of kind of, I don't know. I think just a little more movement, you probably would have noticed that you had that. But either way, you know, connecting the hands, driving towards that shoulder, keeping him flattened out. If you did connect his legs, you can easily work with that.
Same position.
Yeah. Nice. There we go.
Turn that into the guard pass.
I like that. I mean, like he's just kind of sprawling the leg back, feels his opponent's leg straighten out, and says, "Thank you." Easy pass. Worried about the close underhook.
Yeah, to like scoop the leg and maybe attack your left leg.
Then just jump around, spin the leg, and knee bar his ass. Maybe. Probably not, though. Good base there. Started to get elevated, a little off balance. Great
Nice
hip switch in.
Mm-hmm.
Great cake shot, too. Just right up the center.
Yeah, who was filming?
Yeah, props to your team, dude. And now just from a great shot to just not even paying attention. I've done that so many times recording you guys, like where I just stop getting everything in frame. What's good, brother? Good to see you, Stacks. Going over some comp footage from this last weekend. Same to you, brother.
Old guard. Yeah, man.
Yeah, it looks like he wasn't having the easiest time dealing with Josh's guard. He's been enjoying these leg attacks, but Josh has reacted very quickly every time. Sorry. So even this, he was like reacts so slowly on this. I think his opponent's getting a little tired here. If Josh ever holds my leg like this, I'm not like, oh, I guess it's time to get up now. But then quick action to get past the guard, which was very smart, Josh, not to linger there. I guess it doesn't even matter, right? It's no points.
But it goes to ref's decision after, so
yeah.
You probably do you know what they were scoring on, or they were looking for? Were they looking for submission attempts? Were they looking for positional dominance? Like, did they give you any indication?
Did you even read the rules, Josh? Nice forearm strike to the jaw.
Gut wrench. Oh, into the
great
guillotine.
Scrambling from his opponent.
Yeah.
Just trying to come up, not really staying down, working the turtle position, and I appreciate the attempted sit out there. You know what, man? Like, I mean, of course, I give that match to Josh. That was really good. But also props to his opponent on that one. I appreciate the enthusiasm there, trying to win that match.
Yeah.
Turn that off. Close out PowerPoint. Josh did get his hand raised in that match. Josh won that, and as a result, took home gold for his weight class.
Nice, dude. Congrats. That was a good match.
That was. I really enjoyed that one. Fuck the rules. Agreed. Same thing, like position dominance, subtemps. Got you. Yeah, good stuff. Now on to absolutely huge weight class. Josh's opponent here, 300 pounds. That puts Josh easily at like 350, 400 pounds.
Matt, can you share it back?
Oh yeah, you can't see it.
Discord.
No. Where are we? Hang tight.
Got it.
Cool. All right. And Josh, was this? How did they split you guys up in experience levels? Was it like two to onward for like expert division, or 5 years on for expert, or like were you in expert? What was the deal on that?
Or did they do it by belt, or
by skill level? So were all these guys purple belts? Is that safe to say?
Years experience, 0 to 2, 2 to 5, 5+.
Okay, got you. So let's get back to this before the shots. You did 2 to 5.
Okay.
So a little double leg attempt, but kind of a weak one. His opponent didn't drive through that one enough.
Didn't turn any angles to try and reshoot or anything like that.
Yeah, and who knows what battles he had before this match.
Yeah, fair.
And he also doesn't know that like shooting on Josh is it's not fun.
Yeah.
Because of the cakes. Hell no, dude. Josh has got those birthing hips, man. Ooh.
I like that Uchimata.
Lift, into the front headlock.
Into the front headlock.
Very nice. Shooting on a fridge. Yeah. You're not wrong. Again, man, that's why I shoot sweep singles. None of this double leg garbage. I'll shoot double legs on people my size, and no one's my size, so I never get to practice them. Yeah, I'm all day on the sweep single. I'll tell you my exact game with wrestling. Could not care less. I just don't want to get sprawled on. Good guard pass. I like the pace you're putting on here, Josh. Like you've got him down. Now you're kind of wearing into him, slowly making progress, not taking any back steps. How much you weigh, Stacks? I'm like 155 on a heavy day. And it hurts. It hurts that I can't put on weight, get caked up like Josh here. 45. If I don't do enough, I can drop to 45 pretty easily.
That's where you competed most of the time, was at 45.
Yeah,
right?
45 or 49, whatever the weight classes were. I'll still cut to 49 if I ever compete again. So, all that for nothing. 'Cause Josh is garbage. No, I'm just kidding, Josh. I love you. But, let's see what happens here. So, I think he's probably doing a good job of blocking this leg. It doesn't like that left leg of yours. It doesn't look like you're able to get to like that chair sit position that I think you were going for here. Like it looks like you're trying to take advantage of this back take, but you can't get that leg in there because he's blocking you.
Yeah, he uses his elbow to frame, and then just kind of slides his knee in.
He's looking for D path, but good cross face to shut that down.
Yeah, big sprawl.
Bring that knee right into the hip. Like it. Yeah, and his opponent, when I see people hugging over the body, it's not a great sign. Maybe a sign of fatigue. Trying to hold on to this quarter guard, 3/4 mount position. But now we've got something to play with on a back take. There we go. And I like the crab hook here. Like it's I'm gonna assume you felt like either he was trying to turn back in the other direction. Like you see him kind of planting his feet here, or his foot. I don't know if he's trying to turn to his left early on, so you were trying to prevent that, or if you just weren't on the rush to get that second hook in. That's fine too. Mike does this to me a lot. Luke does this all the time.
Yeah, you probably, I mean, you had a pretty good look at a strangle early on, so I think it seemed like you kind of prioritized that, which I don't think is wrong. I think that's the right thing to do. If you get the strangle right away, go for the strangle.
Yeah, I see it now. I missed this.
And he switches to his right hand here.
Yeah. Well, that's. I feel like he was taking that hand out to be the secondary hand.
That's right.
But then his opponent, he gets the knuckle line there, so Josh switches and tries to get the second hand in, or maybe disrupt. Like right there, he doesn't have a choice. He's got to go for a plan B. Yeah, I agree with Mike. I don't think that was a bad idea.
Yeah, and you actually have to, when you play the high ball ride like that, you have to go strangle side down because you only have the right hip under control. You need to control the top arm. So if he did keep going and have, only, his right hand is the control hand and his left hand is the strangle, then his opponent could just keep turning and get to his knees immediately.
Right.
You see?
Yeah.
So he had to switch to this grip in order to prevent that from happening.
Yeah, give you the control over the diagonal.
Yep.
Gets his shoulders to the mat.
Yep, into
Good
arm
job.
triangle. Love this. This was great.
That was a good job winning that scramble. I feel like he's waiting. My interpretation of this was he was waiting for you to dismount so he could push your hips over.
Yeah.
Right? He's waiting to like move you enough to where he could pull that elbow back down as you dismount. Not going to get the Americana with his head in there.
Yeah. Maybe just gauge a reaction. See if you can get to the arm triangle.
There it is. Just about. And then that's time.
Another good one.
Ref's decision. And rightfully
Dominant
so. I think
match.
Josh definitely
Yeah.
controlled that match. Other things to think about here, Josh. Anytime he's pushing on your hip, or even your torso, but like right here, what he's doing, screw the Americana and go to double underhooks on this, right?
Yeah.
Keep both elbows above the shoulder line. And now you've got S mount you could go into, which lends itself very well to arm bars, triangles, depending on how they respond. But I would say in your daily or in your weekly practice, however often you're getting to train, start looking for double underhooks and what you can do from there on mount, because you did a great job getting here. You have your katagatame. I'm pretty confident you've like mounted triangled me before. Like I've seen you do it. But yeah, just exactly. You didn't think about it. You didn't notice it at the time. Think about, make it a goal to get double underhooks, get both elbows above the shoulder line, and see what you can do with it. It'll be one more terrible thing to add into your mount game that is just gonna like drive your opponents nuts. Look at that face of a murderer, dude. All right, and then on to our last match, Josh's second absolute match against No Shirt McGee. And right off the bat, the way this guy's stripping grips indicates to me he's a wrestler.
Yep.
Five-minute match here. He's kind of feeling you out, gauging your reactions. That little knee tap, see if you'll sprawl, see if you'll stay upright. I imagine he'd start, kind of doing the same thing to you, that like Russian tie clearance of the arm, go to the 2-on-1. Probably start trying to work something from there. It looks like that's his preferred move out of the collar tie. It's a real small space they give you guys.
Yeah. You look comfortable here. Like, you don't look too worried or anything.
And I think Josh probably outweighs this kid. It's pretty safe to say. So, like, standing upright because you're confident in your sprawl already, you have a good sprawl, but again, outweighing this opponent, probably be all right. And with that knee wrap on, I don't know what that's for. If that's his penetration step. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Josh pulls here, and we get into a gnarly game of duck, duck, goose. It's very
Spin
intense.
cycle ensues.
dude, this kid was a menace in pre-K. Just unstoppable at the duck, duck, deuce.
Goose.
Nobody wanted to chase him because his shirt was off. He's like, I don't want to touch him. So yeah, it looks like, you know, he's got two approaches. It's push the head back or pick the ankles up. And you know, they have their uses. They're totally valid for like getting your opponent to their back, immobilizing them, whatever. Yeah, you could have done anything else. But what you know, again, lessons learned, right?
Like you're just pushing it, like you're trying to do like a double cooch. You're trying to, you know,
he's
catch a leg.
I feel like kind of smiling here, like
he is, yeah,
right there. I
like,
see a little smile. No, the best part's coming up. I'll see if I could pause it at the right time.
It's coming right, yeah.
It
get
sucks.
Pretty close to it.
He's not facing the camera.
Yeah.
So his opponent looks to the clock. And really, like, we can dog on his opponent all we want, but he's monitoring the clock. He knows he just has to score 2, and he gets the win, right? So he's kind of playing his game, as silly as the game might be. And I think the ref stands them up here. I don't know if there was any talk about stalling or not moving forward and not being good
and
at
Josh
jiu-jitsu.
pulls again right here.
Yeah,
I love
as
that.
you should. I don't.
Should. I think that was the right call.
Right.
A couple more spin cycles. He's like, no.
Dude, Josh wears a hole in the bottom of these shorts at the end of this match. just his ass out from the fabric getting worn away. Oh, it was right there, dude. This was the best moment. Yawn. Josh hits him with the yawn. Left hand to the face. Holding his hand. Goes, so boring. Still yawning. Gets his breath and is back to it. This guy laughing at the yawn.
Yeah.
Ref laughing at the yawn. And second best moment coming up now. That's how you do it.
I don't think you liked it very much.
No, well, no one likes this match very much. Were you laughing and not yawning, or? So then, yeah, here's the shitty part. Opponent, 30 seconds left. Actually goes for that guard pass that Luke kind of
Tackett.
Yeah, fell in love with that. You know, you see a lot from Andrew Tackett. Your camera just changed, Mike.
Of course it did.
Of course.
Why wouldn't it stay?
And yeah, so very effective pass. You guys, if you've seen it at class, you'll remember that cross hand grip to the ankle, cross hand grip to the other side of the head, quick spin around. Josh is almost able to get that knee in.
Yep. Right there. I thought he had it. Yeah.
Hit him with the yes. I think I let my guard down for real, and then he got the pass. Yeah, and that's the shitty thing about this is, I guess it, you know, by ref's criteria, right? I guess this dude wins the match, right? He got the guard pass, did literally nothing for 5 minutes of it, except pat you on the head, mess your hair up a little bit, but he passed your guard, so that's enough in the ref's eyes, as you know, to award him the victory on that one. So Josh takes silver on that match for the absolute. So not a bad day, man. Gold and the silver. No. That's a good day.
That's a good showing.
Yeah, especially in the absolute.
Congrats, dude. That was great.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, man, to everybody who competed, as always, big ups. That
Super
was
proud. Yeah.
it. We're always happy to see how you guys progress, or if it's your first comp, like it was for Ethan. See what you guys can learn. Get you on screen. See how you perform under pressure. No silver. Oh, that's right. There were more people in that bracket.
Oh, it was first or single elimination.
Single elimination. Wow. Well, in that case, Josh, you suck. And that was terrible.
That settles it.
Um,
That settles it.
Yeah, and I bet that kid went on to win first. No. Did he? Did he, Josh? Do you know if he won first?
Probably got really tired because he ran a marathon
Yeah. Yeah.
and then gave
Sideways. Ran a
Yeah,
marathon sideways.
Yeah.
There were 2 other matches after that. Got you. But yeah, in any case, I think all you got some good stuff to work on. Good things to think about. That's the whole reason you do these competitions, to learn and to grow, right? Oh, you got silver. Whatever. You're still a winner. Dude, absolute brackets they could be a nightmare, man. I've only done them once. I don't think I'll ever do one again. Unless I could like join the beginner division and do it. What else? So yeah, super proud of Ethan, Dylan, Amy, and Josh. Great showings. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Follow if you're lurking. Subscribe if you're liking. Thank you for tuning in and spending your Wednesday night with us. Subscribe over at YouTube as well, where you guys can watch this if you want to review your comp footage and continue to improve off of it. I don't know when the next competition is. We got to review what's coming up and maybe get you guys back out there if you're hungry for it. Oh yeah, Josh, we'll see you tomorrow, buddy. Looking forward to it, man. Barbecue this Saturday, Mooresville BJJ in the back parking lot. We hope to see you guys there. Bring a side, bring a lawn chair, whatever. We'll be there. We'll be hanging out. Take it easy, Maximus. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. And yeah, we're on side control this week. I think we got it next week as well. What do you got, man? Any announcements? Anything?
Nothing. No.
There it is.
Not a damn thing.
Not a damn thing. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us, guys. I hope you got a lot out of this. Go trim your nails. Do your laundry. Do not be stinky. And we'll see you back on the mats. Take it easy.
Later.